I'm sorry. My apologies. Come on forward.
Hi, good morning. I'm Julie Holburn. I can't see you with my glasses on. I have to read with my glasses, so sorry. I want to say good morning. I'm Julie Holburn. I spoke here. How do I do that? Is it on?
Just speak into the microphone. We can hear you.
I spoke before the board on February 7th about what I was experiencing. I'm a single mom who lives in Newport Beach, and I would like to tell you an update that I've been experiencing. Tara Schillinger, you may have heard of her in the Women's Coalition article that came out recently, stated that she suffered judicial torture at the hands of Orange County Family Court and related Orange County agencies. In 2018 and 2019, I was denied options to file contempt or for the Department of DCSS, which is controlled by OCDA, to file contempt on child support arrears. In 2021, Carlotta Cerna emailed me apologizing for being denied that ability. At that time, the arrears was at $52,000, not including the 10% annual interest. Fast forward to today, when Carlotta emailed me in 2021 telling me that, in an email, that when the courts opened back up, they would move through the process and file for contempt. We arrived to today where my child support arrears is at $79,000, not including the 10% annual interest. So no contempt was brought. In addition to this, in this process of the DA's office not protecting me and my children, not enforcing restraining order violations, and in December of 2020, blocking me from filing restraining order violations, giving that directive to Newport Beach staff. I have an email of that. I have an audio recording of that. So in addition to not protecting us physically and enforcing the restraining order I had protecting us, they blocked me from making restraining order violation reports. They refused to allow me to receive my child support that was by court order, and the arrears had amassed to $79,000, not including the 10% annual interest. In addition, when I wrote for help, they retaliated by sending a guy out to my house who did not identify himself, and we found out later he was a DA investigator who yelled and screamed at my children and I without identifying himself for over 2 hours. That is also disgusted communication, written communication with NBPD. So I'm here today to tell you this is an issue on the DA getting a lot of money in pay, and I'm sure he's due to receive their pay, but he is not protecting women and children in Orange County physically via restraining orders, blocking them from making restraining order violation reports, and not enforcing child support orders. I was just recently in child support court because of a faulty order, because this DA was covering up and not protecting us and not enforcing a current restraining order. Thank you.
Thank you.
Some help. I don't want to be another Tara Schillinger.
Thank you. All right, no further speakers?
No.
All right, thank you. Let me bring this back to the board now, an all district item, and council, I think you have something to contribute.
I do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So as the board will recall, the base legislation, SB 1436, requires an oral report on any recommendation with respect to the salary of a local agency executive. Under the statute, a local agency executive includes the head of a department. So in my view, the DA qualifies. And so before the board is a proposal to raise the base salary of the elected district attorney to $353,236, which I understand is the salary paid to the San Diego district attorney. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No other changes, no other benefits changes are contemplated.
Thank you very much. Let me bring it back to the board. Questions or comments? And I don't know whether the DA could comment on any particular case. Don't see him here to comment. All right. I'll entertain a motion. Sorry. Moved and seconded. Supervisor Sarmiento.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I am going to be abstaining from this item. I don't dispute the fact that this may be warranted and considered by this board, but I simply have not had the time to evaluate performance. So I don't want my abstention to be considered any sort of comment on the success or the shortage or the deficiencies in the department. It's simply just having less than 100 days to work with the DA. I look forward to working with him. I just haven't had the chance to really get to know and evaluate his performance and the performance of his office and the management of his office. So I will respectfully abstain on this item.
All right. Thank you. The item has been moved and seconded. Any opposition? All right. And one noted abstention. Matter carries 4-0 to 1. All right. I believe we have a couple of public hearings. Let me open the public hearing.